Hello, STMs. This is the January 2017 STM update meeting. Thank you so much for joining me for this. So here is a picture revisiting from the summer. Look at all of our smiling faces. And keeping this picture in mind, we have learned and grown a lot. So I thank you for all of that that we have done together so far this year. So let's revisit one of the things that we started the year off with was a commitment to improve our leadership skills. We started back in July of 2016 by looking at 7 domains of leadership. You all chose one domain to concentrate on throughout the year. I want you at this time to revisit what you submitted as the domain of leadership that you would work on, and I want you to continue to improve on that goal throughout the rest of the year. And we will revisit and reevaluate the progress that you made in improving your leadership skills at our final meeting in May. Now, this is a place that each of you should have at least visited once and should continue to visit throughout the rest of this year. So this is the 2016-2017 Mentor Portal. This is for you as a mentor to go to this website, www.thetrc.org/DC. When going to this site, you would be able to see all of your information that is in the data center, including all the professional development hours that you have received so far. And for those of you who have cadre teachers, you should be able to scroll down and see each of the cadre teachers that you have connected to you and the accumulation of their professional development hours and any mentoring hours that you have submitted. Keep in mind, this place is for you to go visit and to keep up with both your requirements for the program and your cadre teacher requirements for the program. So if you are a mentor that has cadre teachers, you are familiar with this mentor support document. I've given out a lot of copies of this, and you have electronic copies of this. Anytime you are sharing and discussing science that you have learned through your experience of TRC, whether it's in your PLC meetings, your department meetings, joining your cadre members in other professional development, any of those times, I would like for you to make sure that you're recording that information on the mentor support documents. And I have received a few, but not as many as I've hoped. So I'm praying that you all are able to submit these to me in a speedy manner so that we can make sure that everyone has all the hours that that they have been, recorded in these meetings and mentoring sessions. Please get these documents to me as you're completing them. So you could fill this out and fax it to me, or you could take a PDF picture or use the PDF scan or Scan Genius to take a photo and turn it into a PDF. I cannot accept photos, but if you use your device to convert it to a PDF, that would be just as good as faxing it. Either one of those, just let me know what you need and I can help you out with that. So congratulations, right now you are listening to and participating in the final STM update meeting number 2. And I will, at the end of this session, let you know how you can receive your credit. Additionally, I want to remind you that there is one last required session, which will be the TRC final meeting on May 17th at the Service Center. Additional opportunities that we have that are going on right now actually started on January 16th and will run through April. I think I should have tightened that deadline, but just there it is. You have 5 different sessions that concentrate on the readiness standards for what we were looking at this year in Earth Science. Each of those courses are 2 hours online. I hope that each of you and your cadre teachers who anticipated getting these hours were able to get into the session. If you were not, please contact me as soon as possible to let me know who was not able to get into these sessions that needed to. We have on May 17th our final meeting. It is mandatory for all science teacher mentors to attend. We have requirements that we have to complete during this meeting, and they are listed here as everyone will need to take the post-test. Everyone will need to take the post-instructional practices survey, and we'll have a time for celebration where we ask that you all, either as an individual, a campus, or a district, submit the video that shows the impact of TRC in your classroom, so that we as a whole group can celebrate together. So when it comes to the video, here are just some suggestions of how you can compile that video using apps and tools on your iPad. So we have Animoto, iMovie, Replay, Show Me. There are others, but please make sure that you are able to get a link. What I do want to avoid is sharing through Google Docs or Drive, or what is the other one? Google Docs and Dropbox, because sometimes these are limited where you have to log in, and that creates such a time consumer. I would really prefer that you upload it to YouTube or somewhere, get a link that is open and it does not require a login in order to access the link. So please pay close attention to that. So here's some information about the video project submissions. Create a presentation that shows classroom implementation of what you've learned from participating in the TRC. I'm looking at a video time of approximately 1 minute. Remember, the audience is going to be math teacher mentors, science teacher mentors, and some invited district guests to hear about what you have accomplished during your year in TRC. We would like to see some student work, hear some student voices, mentor and mentee testimonies. That's all good. If you decide to work as a campus or a district group, you need to make sure that you appoint a member to be a leader to make sure that things are happening in a timely manner. Select an app to use that will create a web link for us to be able to review without accessing a password. So if you're going to do this as a group, go ahead and create your action plan and set some deadlines for yourself. Make sure you include the district logo, because we always like to see who's represented, and it makes the district representatives really proud. Make sure that each person participating in the video group are also participating actively in the video. Be as creative as you like, but remember who the audience is. These links need to be sent to me prior to the meeting in May, on May 17th, prior to that meeting, so that we can be ready. A part of that meeting also is going to be to discuss that every STM will be required to submit this STAR data document, whether you are a 5th grade teacher, an 8th grade teacher, or a biology teacher. Those are our 3 tested grade levels. You will have information to fill out in those rows, corresponding rows. But if you are not a 5th, 8th, or a biology teacher, or if you have other classes outside of those tested areas, that information will go in the last row under non-tested grades. So we do want to get an account of your students who were in your classes, and if they had an exam, how many actually met standard and how many didn't. I am aware that this information usually does not come until after our meeting, sometimes even after school is out. So I am going to depend on you to stay in connection with me and updated on this information so that I can get it submitted to the TRC by the deadline, which is sometime in June. So please make sure that you are diligent about getting this information to me. All right, so we have our TRC annual meeting and conference, which is going to be June 27th through 29th. Let me check that date real quick to make sure. I would like to invite you all to apply to go to this meeting. It's a great celebration, and it's a great way for us to show off what we have done and learned in TRC at Region 11. So a select few STMs in good standing with the program will have the opportunity to apply to participate and attend this meeting/conference, but also submit a proposal to present to show off what you all have learned this year. So if you are interested in attending this meeting, If you want to know more about it, you could go to the TRC website, or you could contact me. I can let you know more information. But I am looking for those people who are going to be rock stars to show how awesome our collaborative was this year. So if you're interested, please go to the link at the bottom of that page and submit your information to let me know that you're interested and want to be considered to go down to Austin to represent our collaborative for this year. So far, I have received about 3 requests, so I'm looking for more. So I'm excited to hear how many of you are interested in showing off what we've done. So I want to say, please remember to reach out to, stay connected with, and collaborate with your tiny PLCs. This is so funny to look at these names and remember the times that we had during the Summer Institute. The 5th grade firefighters, Lady Einsteins, Cosmic Cuties, Kerminators from Kerr Middle School. That's so funny. Mary Lou left us, was our, I think it was Burleson's team. Mary Lou is still with us, even though she's far away from us. She is still with us. We have the SS Science, the Tex LaFleur, that is too funny. Holy Britches and L Squared and Company. Please, 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 today reach out to each person in the Tiny PLC, check to make sure everyone's doing okay, continue to collaborate, and we will get with these groups again at the end of the year. So you all signed a teacher agreement to participate in this program, and I want to go over the pieces of agreement that we need to make sure that we are completing so that we can stay in good standing with the TRC. So we have that you all agreed to complete all of the pre and post project evaluation surveys by the end of May. So on May 17th, you will have the opportunity to complete the post projects surveys and exam. You are committed to actively participate in the program, and that means that you agree to each obtain at least 100 hours of professional development. And I want to say several of you have far exceeded that number, and I'm so excited about that. It just makes us look even better at the mothership TRC, that our teachers are learning and collaborating so much. Part of that 100 hours is that final meeting. So even though some of us have exceeded our hours to complete our requirements, we all need to be ready to attend the final meeting on May 17th. In fact, on the ESC website, I have 34 of 35 people registered. And whoever that 35th person is, please go ahead and log on to the ESC website and make sure that you are registered to attend the final meeting on May 17th. And then we have several teachers who have cadre teachers at their campuses that they've been working with. Each of the cadre teachers needs to have a total of 24 documented contact hours. That means that they've attended some TRC trainings or they participated in mentoring sessions with you. And if so, the mentoring sessions have to be submitted on that mentoring log. So if you have not been getting those to me, please get those to me as soon as possible. And the final piece is that all the testing data is submitted. Each and every person that is participating, every STM will submit the document that delineates the number of students that they have, and if they fell in the margins of a test, then they will give that information also. Now, this does complete the meeting. It was very short, but there are lots of items to tend to. So in order to receive credit for this meeting, you will need to log on to www.hetrc.org/DC. Log on to that link and review the hours that you have completed so far. And if you have cadre teachers, you will be able to see their hours also. Remember, the magic number for you is at least 100 hours, and the magic number for your cadre teachers is at least 24 hours. So after you've logged on to that site and reviewed the hours, you will receive credit for attending this meeting by emailing me a summary of your PD hours that you've received. So let's say you have 90 and you need to get 10 in order to have your 100. I would like to know what your plan is, the remaining sessions that you'll be attending in order to achieve that. Each and every person should have the final meeting on May 17th as a part of your plan, just FYI. In addition to that, I need to know any plans that you have for your cadre teachers to receive their 24 hours of mentoring and PD. Each person that has cadre members, I will be contacting you one-on-one with this information if I'm seeing that I'm really nervous about the hours and that they're able to get those 24 hours. Additionally, there will be a separate information document for you to look at what the parameters are for next year's TRC Collaborative. And if you are interested in participating, you will need to let me know that as soon as possible and submit your paperwork to me as soon as possible. There is a TRC information meeting for the 17-18 school year actually on Monday. So a lot of people will be at that meeting to find out what's happening for next year and signing up. So I wanted to give you all a heads up so that you can have first pickings at participating next year. Our focus is on Matter, and I am looking to focus on middle school. So if you have any questions, you feel free to ask. Otherwise, thank you for attending this meeting. I look forward to you completing these requirements in order to receive your 1.5 hours of credit. And please continue to stay in contact with me. Thank you so much.